Hi there, I'm Sarah, a 32-year-old single mom trying to balance work and raising my little guy. It's a sunny Saturday, and I'm hanging out in the backyard with Ethan, my 6-year-old bundle of energy who's thrilled with his new birthday gift, a toy robot that lights up and makes all kinds of cool sounds. I'm sipping my coffee, feeling like life's pretty good when my phone buzzes. Yo, sis, we still on for the BBQ tomorrow? It's my brother Mike. He's been my rock, especially since Ethan's dad took off before he was even born. I shoot back a quick hell yeah, and start mentally prepping for some family time. The next day, Mike shows up with his wife, Karen, and their daughter, Lily. Now, don't get me wrong, I adore my niece, Karen though, she's a bit much. Sarah, darling, you look so rested, she coos, giving me an air kiss. I resist the urge to roll my eyes. Where's my favorite nephew? She adds. Right on cue, Ethan comes running out, his robot in hand. Uncle Mike, look what I got for my birthday. Mike scoops him up, genuinely excited. Whoa, buddy, that's one cool robot. But I catch Lily eyeing it, and Karen's smile gets a bit too sharp. Ethan, sweetie, why don't you let Lily play with your new toy? Sharing is caring, right? I step in, keeping it casual. Hey, it's brand new. Maybe later, okay? Karen's eyes narrow for a split second before she laughs it off. Of course, of course. Lily, honey, let's go see if Auntie Sarah needs help in the kitchen. As they walk off, I catch Mike's eye. He gives a little shrug, mouthing sorry behind Karen's back. The afternoon rolls on. The burgers are sizzling, beers are flowing, and the kids are having a blast in the yard. Then I hear it, Lily's shrill whine. But I want the robot. Ethan won't share. I glance over to see Ethan clutching his toy as Lily reaches for it. Before I can step in, Karen's already there. Ethan, be a good boy and let Lily have a turn. You don't want to be selfish, do you? I feel my temper rise. Karen, it's Ethan's new toy. He doesn't have to share if he's not ready. Karen turns to me with that syrupy smile. Oh, but Sarah, sharing is important, right? Mike, caught in the middle, just mutters something and turns his attention to the grill. I kneel down next to Ethan. Buddy, it's your toy. You don't have to share if you're not ready, but if you feel like it later, maybe you can show Lily how it works. Ethan nods, clutching his robot even tighter. Karen's smile falters, and I see a flash of irritation in her eyes. As the day winds down and they're getting ready to leave, Karen corners me by the door. You know, Sarah, you really should teach Ethan better manners. It's not good for him to be so possessive. I bite back a response, forcing a smile. Thanks for the advice, Karen. Drive safe. The next few weeks are a minefield. Every time Mike and Karen come over, it's the same thing. Karen zeroes in on Ethan's robot. Oh, Ethan, sweetie, Lily's been asking about your robot. Why don't you let her play with it? I grit my teeth as Ethan clams up. Karen, we've been over this. It's Ethan's special toy. She laughs, this high-pitched, insincere sound. Don't be silly, Sarah. Kids need to learn to share. Then one day, I catch her trying to slip the robot into Lily's bag. When I call her out, she plays innocent. Oh, did I put that in there? Silly me. I thought it was one of Lily's toys. Sure, Karen. And I'm the Queen of England. Things finally hit a boiling point at Mike's birthday dinner. We're all at the table, Mike's carving the roast when Karen pipes up again. Ethan, be a dear and let Lily play with your robot just for tonight. Ethan shakes his head, clutching his toy. No, it's mine. Karen's eyes flash. Now that's not very nice. Mike, don't you think Ethan should share? Mike looks like he wants to vanish into his mashed potatoes. I've had enough. Karen, drop it. It's Ethan's toy. End of story. Her face changes, dropping all pretense. Well, I never. You're raising a selfish little brat, Sarah. The room goes silent. Ethan's lower lip trembles, and I stand up, chair scraping against the floor. We're leaving. As we head to the door, Karen calls out, sickly sweet, oh, Ethan, I baked you some cookies. Take them home. I should have trusted my instincts, should have said no. But Ethan's face is so sad, I think a cookie might cheer him up. Big mistake. Back home, Ethan eagerly grabs a cookie before bed. I'm in the kitchen when I heard a thump from Ethan's room, a chill ran down my spine. Ethan, no response. I bolted into his room to find him on the floor, pale, sweating, clutching his stomach in agony. Baby, what's wrong? He couldn't answer, only moaned, his tiny face twisted in pain. I've never driven so fast in my life. At the hospital, It was a blur of doctors and nurses, cold words like poisoning and toxicology tests cutting through the fog. Hours later, a doctor pulled me aside, his face grave. "Miss Sarah, your son ingested a significant amount of rat poison. Do you keep any in the house?" My stomach dropped. No, but he did eat a cookie before. And then it hit me like a freight train. Karen, the cookie she had so sweetly offered my son. My knees buckled. "Oh my God," I whispered. The doctor steadied me, his voice gentle but firm. "Miss Sarah, we need to inform the police. This wasn't an accident." As the police questioned me, reality sank in. I had no hard proof. It was my word against Karen's. But as I sat beside Ethan's hospital bed, listening to the beeps and hums of machines keeping him stable, I made a silent vow. I would prove what that woman had done, no matter what it took. Once Ethan was stable, I shifted into full-on mama bear mode. I wasn't letting Karen get away with this. I needed evidence, and I needed it fast. My first call was to Alex, my best friend and a fierce journalist who had a knack for digging up secrets. "Alex, I need your help. It's about Karen." She didn't hesitate. "Say no more. I'm on it." Within days, Alex came through with the goods. Karen had a rap sheet, petty theft, fraud, even a restraining order from an ex. Somehow, she always slithered away untouched. "Sarah," Alex said, showing me the files, "she's a full-blown narcissist with a god complex. But we need proof she did this to Ethan." That's when Alex proposed the plan. "Let's set up cameras at your place. Catch her red-handed." It felt risky, but desperate times call for desperate measures. The night of our next family gathering, I was a bundle of nerves. Ethan, still wary of Karen, clung to my side. "Ethan, don't you want to play with Lily?" Karen's voice dripped with sweetness. He mumbled a no, hiding behind me. I saw a flicker of irritation cross her face before she masked it with a smile. Throughout dinner, I kept an eye on her. Every chance she got, she tried to get close to Ethan's food or drinks, but I intervened each time. After dessert, I excused myself to the kitchen where I watched the camera feed on my phone. As expected, Karen followed me in. "Sarah, dear, let me help with the coffee," she offered. I turned my back for just a second, and there it was, Karen slipping something into Ethan's juice. My heart hammered, but I kept my cool. "Thanks, Karen. I've got it." Back in the living room, Karen handed Ethan the juice with a smile. "Here you go, sweetie, drink up." I snatched it away. "Actually, Ethan's not thirsty, right, honey?" Her face twisted briefly before smoothing out again. "Oh, but it's his favorite." That's when I snapped. "Cut the act, Karen. I saw what you did." She laughed, a thin, nervous sound. "What are you talking about?" I pulled out my phone, showing the footage. You trying to poison my son again." The room went silent. Mike looked horrified, like he was going to be sick. Karen's face shifted from confusion to pure rage. You set me up," she hissed. "Like you set up my son." I shot back. "Admit it, you poisoned him with those cookies." And like a dam breaking, she let it all out. "So what if I did? That little brat deserved it. Always showing off, that stupid robot, making my Lily feel bad. I just wanted to teach him a lesson." Mike stumbled back, his face ashen. "Karen, what have you done?" She turned on him, all pretense gone. "Oh, grow a spine, Mike. Your sister's been turning everyone against us, making Ethan out to be perfect. It's pathetic." I could barely breathe. "You poisoned a child, over a toy. Are you insane?" Karen's face contorted, a glimpse of the monster underneath. "I'm the only sane one here. You're all jealous. Lily and I deserve everything." Mike pulled Lily close, stepping away. "It's over, Karen." As if on cue, sirens wailed outside. Karen's eyes went wide, darting around like a trapped animal. "You'll regret this," she hissed, then bolted for the door. We all stood there, frozen, as she disappeared into the night. But I knew this wasn't over, not by a long shot. The next few days became a blur of police statements and family drama. Karen had vanished, leaving Mike a mess, torn between shock and guilt. As for me, I was caught in a whirlwind of relief and simmering rage. "We'll find her, Miss Sarah," the detective assured me. "With this evidence, she won't get away with it." But days turned into weeks, and still, no sign of Karen. The wheels of justice were turning, but they were painfully slow. Then, out of nowhere, Mike called. His voice trembled as he spoke. "Sarah, it's Karen. There's been an accident." My heart flipped. "Is she?" I could barely finish the question. "No, but it's bad. Really bad." I rushed to the hospital, my feelings a confusing jumble. There lay Karen, the woman who had tried to kill my son, broken and vulnerable in a hospital bed. Karma's a real bitch, huh? The doctor pulled us aside, his expression grave. The crash severed her spinal cord. She's paralyzed from the neck down. Mike broke down, tears streaming down his face, but I felt nothing. Just emptiness. Weeks passed, and Ethan was bouncing back, his resilience a constant source of amazement. Mike was stepping up, finally becoming the dad and uncle we needed. Slowly but surely, we were healing. As for Karen, she faced a life of total dependency. No more manipulation, no more schemes, just her and her thoughts, day in and day out. One day, I decided to visit her. I don't know why. Closure, maybe. I walked into her room, where she was hooked up to machines. Her eyes widened when she saw me. "Come to gloat, Sarah." Her voice was weak, but the venom still lingered. I sat down, staring her straight in the eye. "No, Karen, I came to say goodbye," she scoffed. "Spare me the pity party." "Oh, this isn't pity," I shot back. "This is me telling you that you lost. You tried to hurt my son, to break our family, and look where it got you. It was an accident. I didn't mean to." I cut her off. "Save it. You know what the difference between us is, Karen. I'd die for my child. You'd kill for yours. That's not love, that's obsession." Her face crumpled, but I wasn't finished. "You'll lie here day after day, knowing that Ethan is growing up happy and loved. Mike and Lily are moving on, and you? You're just a cautionary tale. You can't leave me like this," she cried out, desperation etched on her face. I stood, feeling the weight lift off my shoulders. "Watch me. Goodbye, Karen. I hope you find peace. God knows you need it." As I walked out, I heard her calling my name, begging me to come back. But I didn't turn around. That chapter of our lives was closed. Outside, I took a deep breath of fresh air. Ethan was waiting in the car with Mike, probably arguing over which superhero was the best. I smiled at the thought. Life wasn't perfect, but it was ours. Alex had texted, asking if I wanted to grab a drink later. I slid into the driver's seat, my heart lighter than it had been in months. "Ready to go home, kiddo?" I asked, glancing at Ethan in the rearview mirror. He grinned, clutching his robot. "Yeah, Mom, let's go home." As we drove off, leaving the hospital and Karen behind, I felt a renewed sense of strength. We had been through hell, but we emerged stronger. The toy robot sat proudly on our mantle, a reminder that sometimes the things worth fighting for aren't things at all. They're the people we love, the family we choose, and the strength we find when we need it most. And now, I have a question for you. If you were in Sarah's shoes, visiting Karen in the hospital after everything that happened, what would you say to her? Would you forgive, seek revenge, or simply walk away? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.